Fanpage a Milano abbiamo appena intervistato Charlize Theron, bellissima e algida nella storia prima di Biancaneve, il Cacciatore e la Regina di Ghiaccio. Sentite che cosa ci ha raccontato.
Gli uomini hanno dimenticato cosa vuol dire aver paura. Ora lo ricorderanno. Sono più forte di tutti voi.
Non mancare bersaglio.
Non lo manco mai. Chi è la più potente del reame?
How is coming back in Ravenna's shoes and how different is she in this movie? Because she looks even more villain-like.
Yeah, I mean, I think I was really, first of all, just shocked that they figured out a way to bring me back. So that, first of all, just kind of, I was excited by, and I thought that the writers did a really good job, you know, bringing her back in a way where it felt organic. It didn't feel kind of clunky and cliche just to bring a character back. And I think why she feels a little bit different in this movie is because we find her in different relationships. I think the relationship with her younger sister kind of allows for her to show a side of her that we really didn't see before, because she was kind of isolated. She did have her brother, but he was kind of kept at a distance. And I think with Freya, she's so motivated by manipulating this younger sister to get her to do what she needs her to do. It's kind of brutal to watch Ravenna do that to her own sister.
Really? But you got an upgrade. You came out from milk in the first one, you came out from gold in this.
I didn't think about that. You're right. Thank you.
Un raddoppiato potere che nessuno ha mai potuto vedere.
In the movie, we have three really strong women that they have their fates in their hands.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit in contrast with the fairy tales where the princess needs to be saved by a prince.
Yeah.
So do you think it's like kind of a reflection of our society where women don't need to be saved by someone anymore? They can save by themselves.
Yes, I mean, I do think that that part. I don't believe that that's. I think there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. I think women like to be vulnerable, and I think it's beautiful to be vulnerable. But we are also very capable. And I think the capable part of us have been kind of left behind in cinema, and we haven't really explored that and showed that in storytelling. And it's so nice to watch a character like Jessica Chastain's character be a warrior who is not just a warrior, she's the best warrior. And she goes and outsmarts the huntsman. You know, and that he's the one kind of chasing behind this romance, and she's just like all business. And I think there's something really truthful in that, and I'm glad that people are encouraged to make movies like that.
Ciao, Cacciatore. Mi sei mancato.
First of all, how does it feel like to be the most beautiful woman in the world? And
I don't know what you're talking about.
No,
you
really?
should have seen me this morning when I woke up. You
Yeah.
were very sweet, and I will slip you $100 when you leave for saying that.
No, I mean, it's really...
You're crazy,
It's
but
really
you're
true.
very sweet.
Do you think beauty, like, its power, since Ravenna craves for beauty, but could be also limit, like, when you won your Oscar, you won for Master, was an amazing interpretation, but you basically change all your aspects. So beauty was ever a limit in your work?
I think, you know, now that I'm a little older and I reflect, I think that my beauty was something that I came up against more when I was younger, because I'm an intelligent woman and I'm an ambitious woman, and I wanted to do something with my life of quality, and I didn't. When I was, you know, in my early 20s, I felt like when I walked into a room, everybody just thought I was the pretty dumb girl. And I think I had to almost overcompensate. I walked into a room and I became, you know, I overcompensated, and I don't think that's naturally who I am as a girl either. But I felt like I had to do that because I do think that there is a part of our culture that kind of typecasts women on how they look. Now that I'm 40 and I have a body of work, I'm much more secure within that. So now when I get a compliment, it's really nice. And I don't kind of fight against it anymore, because I feel secure enough within myself that I know, by now, if people don't know that I'm a smart individual who's capable of doing something, as an artist in my life, then I don't need to prove that to somebody anymore.
That's the reason why you are a role model for all of us. And
really. Oh my God, you are so sweet. Okay, $200.
And just a quick question, come back to the fairy tales. When you read those stories when you were a kid, do you prefer the witches or the princess?
I didn't read them when I was a kid. I was raised in Africa, so we raise our kids in a lot of African mythology and folklore and things like that. I'm reading them now to my 4-year-old, and we're reading a lot of the princesses. He really loves the princesses. Basically choosing the stories based on the princesses.
Thank you very much. It was really a pleasure to speak with you.
So nice to meet you. Thank you for being so kind with your words.